I learned very quickly that the galaxy had many rules. Most of them were unwritten. Most of them were stupid. And one of them, apparently, was never joke with an alien warrior. At the time, I didn't know that. I was a cultural liaison for the Terran Union, stationed aboard Concord Station, one of the few truly neutral hubs in multi-species space. It was a place where ancient empires, mercenary clans, and idealistic newcomers like humanity all crossed paths under a fragile agreement. No wars, no assassinations, no biological incidents. That last one existed because of us. Humanity was still considered unpredictable. Friendly, yes, but reckless. We laughed too easily, spoke too freely, and used humor as a social lubricant in ways most species found unsettling. Which is how I ended up standing in a training bay, watching an alien warrior dismantle a combat drone with terrifying elegance. Her species was called the Virex, 7 feet tall, a crimson armor grown directly from bioceramic plates, glowing glyphs etched into her skin that pulsed with internal heat. Virex warriors were bred, trained, and conditioned from birth for war. Entire systems had surrendered at the sight of a single Virex battalion. Her name, translated loosely, was Karash of the Burning Crest. She had personally ended 3 rebellions and survived orbital bombardment. And I, in my infinite human wisdom, was supposed to observe and report on Virex combat doctrine. She finished the last drone with a crushing blow and turned toward the viewing platform. Her glowing eyes locked onto me. "Human liaison," she said, voice like metal scraping stone. "You're staring." I swallowed. Professional interest. Her crest flared faintly. "Your heart rate suggests otherwise." That should have been my cue to shut up. Instead, tired from a 16-hour shift and running on caffeine and bad instincts, I smiled and said, "Well, you're kind of cute when you concentrate." The room went silent. Not awkward silent. Catastrophic silent. Karash froze. Then her entire crest, glyphs, and eyes flared brilliant red. Not the aggressive crimson I'd seen before, but a pulsing, radiant glow that lit the training bay like a warning beacon. Every Virex warrior present dropped to one knee. Alarms began quietly pinging across the station. I stared. Did I say something wrong? Middle. When humor becomes a diplomatic crisis. The next 10 minutes were chaos. Station security arrived first, followed by Terran diplomats, Virex honor guards, and one very pale Concord Station administrator who looked like he was calculating how fast he could resign. Karash stood perfectly still, glowing like a miniature star. Her breathing was controlled, but her hands trembled slightly. "She's been marked," one of the Virex elders said in a low, reverent tone. I blinked. "Marked how?" The elder looked at me as if I'd just licked a plasma conduit. "You issued a personal admiration signal to a Virex of the Warrior Caste," he said, during heightened focus. I raised a hand weakly. In my defense, I thought I was complimenting her. "That is the problem," the elder replied. Apparently, in Virex culture, calling a warrior cute was not diminutive. It was intimate. Worse, it was something reserved for bonded equals, individuals recognized as emotional anchors capable of calming a warrior's battle instincts. Karash's glowing red state wasn't rage. It was bond resonance, which meant, culturally speaking, I had just claimed a place beside one of the deadliest beings in known space. By accident. The Virex Council demanded immediate clarification. Was this a formal bond declaration? A dominance challenge? A psychological attack? Humanity panicked. I panicked harder. "I didn't mean anything by it," I insisted. "It was a joke." The word joke caused another wave of murmurs. Karash finally spoke. "The human spoke without fear," she said slowly. "Without strategy. without intent to dominate. Her glow dimmed slightly, shifting from blazing red to a softer, pulsing ember. He saw me as a person. The chamber went very quiet. The Virex elder's crest flickered uncertainly. That is unconventional. That is human, I said, finding my voice. We joke when we're nervous. We tease people we respect. Sometimes we say the wrong thing because we don't see titles, only individuals. The council adjourned in disarray. Unfortunately, the galaxy didn't wait. News spread fast. A human emotionally destabilized a Virex war hero with a single word. Analysts debated whether humanity had discovered a new form of psychological warfare. Rival powers accused us of manipulation. And Karash? She requested that I be assigned as her personal cultural interpreter. For safety.
Mine.
Growing understanding. The warrior and the joke. Spending time with Karash changed everything I thought I knew about the Virex. They weren't emotionless. They were disciplined to the point of suppression. Feelings were dangerous. Attachments were vulnerabilities. Humor? Completely alien. Except with humans. Karash asked endless questions. Why do humans insult those they value? We don't mean it as insult, I explained. It's familiarity. Why did your voice change pitch when you spoke? Nervous reflex. Why did my reaction not frighten you? I thought about it. Because you didn't look angry. You looked embarrassed. Her crest glowed faintly again. This sensation is disruptive. Yet she didn't push me away. Over weeks, something unexpected happened. Other species began to relax around humans. Seeing a Virex warrior visibly flustered, not by force, but by kindness and humor, changed perceptions. Human diplomats started being invited into discussions previously closed to us. Not because we were strong, because we were disarming. The Galactic incident. The incident came during a tense summit with the Dravik Dominion, a species that respected only dominance. They attempted to intimidate the assembly, deploying shock displays and veiled threats. Karash stood at my side, crest dim but steady. The Dravik envoy sneered at me. Your kind relies on words and laughter. You are weak. I shrugged. Maybe, but it seems to work. Karash stepped forward. She called me cute, she said calmly. The chamber froze. She did so without fear, without calculation, and it changed me. Her crest flared, not red, but gold. In battle, I conquer worlds, Karash continued. But this human disarmed me without lifting a weapon. Consider that before you challenge her species. The Dravik withdrew their threats within the hour. Galactic analysts later called it the Concord incident, the moment it became clear that humanity's greatest weapon was not technology or fleets, but emotional unpredictability paired with empathy. Ending, humanity explained. After the summit, Karash found me overlooking the station starfield. You have caused instability, she said. I sighed. I'm sorry. She tilted her head. Do not be. You have shown my people a new strength. Her glow softened. What would you call this bond? I smiled. In human terms? I guess I'd call it friendship. She considered that. Then, very carefully, she attempted a human smile. Then, Karash said, I will protect you as a friend. And perhaps tease you in return. I laughed. Careful. That's how it starts. The galaxy didn't fall that day. No empires burned. No fleets clashed. But something far more dangerous happened. The galaxy realized that humans could walk into a room full of warriors, crack a joke, and walk out with allies. And from that moment on, everyone watched their words around us.